Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today's story is going to be a pretty insane one that actually happened back in middle school, and this is actually my last year of middle school, so this was 8th grade. So yeah, let's get right into the story. So this story all takes place on a very normal day. I get up, I get ready for school, my mom drives me to school, and I walk into school, and I'm talking to my friends, and then I go to my first period, which I don't remember what it was, but it was some random class. I don't even remember, dude. This is back in middle school. I don't remember the exact classes. And then I go to my second period, and this is where the story really takes place. So my second period was math, and I had math with some of my friends. And I go into class, and I'm talking to them, and then class starts, and the teacher comes in. And he starts taking attendance, and there's this one kid in the class. Now we're gonna give him the fake name of Michael. Now Michael was that kid that never listened. He would always put his head down, and he would just never listen. And I assumed he was also failing the class, but I didn't think much of it because it wasn't my grade. I'm not Michael, so I didn't really care what he did. But I guess the teacher was not having it today. So as usual, the teacher comes in, starts taking attendance. As soon as Michael's name gets called, he puts his head straight back down because that's all he needs to do. And the teacher starts teaching a lesson like nothing like Michael isn't doing what he's doing. And as we're going on, the teacher gets to a point where he needs to call on someone. The teacher always does that where they have a problem and they want one of the students to solve to get the answer to make sure that they're paying attention. And he calls on one of my friends, and my friend he's like I don't know the answer. He tried at first, but then after he tried once, he's like, I don't know the answer. And then the teacher's like, okay, and the teacher goes on to Michael because Michael's obviously not listening, and he's like, Michael, do you know the answer? And Michael, he doesn't answer. He's sleeping. And the teacher goes, Michael. And Michael still doesn't answer. So he goes over to Michael's desk and he's like, Michael, wake up. And Michael and Michael's he's like, huh? He gets up and he's like, huh, what's going on? And the teacher's like, do you know the answer? And Michael looks at the teacher, looks at the chalkboard. Well, looks at the smart board. It wasn't a chalkboard. He looks at the smart board and just puts his head straight back down. And the teacher's like, Michael, wake up. And Michael doesn't do anything. So what the teacher does is he puts his hand in a fist and he slams on the desk and wakes Michael straight up. And Michael's like, huh? What's going on? And the teacher's like, Michael, do you know the answer? And he's like, I don't know. Stop bothering me. Can't you see that I'm sleeping? And then the teacher, he goes, I can see that you're sleeping, Michael, but you're not supposed to be sleeping here. And then Michael goes, well, this is the only class I get to sleep in, so leave me alone, let me sleep. And the teacher's like, school is not a place to sleep. You're supposed to do that at home. And Michael's like, well, I don't care. I don't get to sleep at home. So this is where I'm going to sleep, right here in your class. And he puts his head straight back down. And the teacher's like, Michael, get up right now or I'm calling the office. And Michael's like, I don't care. And the teacher's like, Michael, just get up, please. I don't want to have to call the main office, but you're going to make me if you don't get up. And Michael puts his head back up and says, you know what? You know why I don't listen to your class? And the teacher's like, why do you not listen to my class? What could be the biggest reason that you don't? And he's like, you know what? Because you're a bitch. And as soon as he said that, everyone in the class just looks at just looks at Michael and the teacher. And everyone has the same expression, like, dude, there's no way he just said that. And to me, I'm like, guys, you heard that, right? And my one friend wasn't even listening. And he's like, what? And I'm like, dude, Michael just called the teacher a bitch. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, look. And he looks over and it looks like they're about to argue. And he's like, oh shit, dude, what's going down? And then as we're watching, the teacher goes, Michael, what did you just say? And Michael's like, you heard me. You heard exactly what I said. And the teacher's like, Michael, go up to the main office right now. And then Michael's like, I'm not going to. And the teacher's like, okay, well, I'm going to call the office. And then Michael goes, okay, I don't care. Do it anyway. I don't give a fuck anymore. And he puts his head back down. And the teacher starts to walk over to the phone that he called that the teacher can call anyone, I guess. And as he's walking over there, I see Michael reach into his backpack and he starts to grab something. And I'm like, huh, what is he grabbing? And not even like a second later, Michael grabs this big stapler. He just had like a big stapler in his backpack. And I'm like, why does Michael have that? And before I can even process it, Before I can even like think of a reason why Michael has a stapler, it was like 2 seconds after, Michael just chucks the stapler right at the teacher, and it almost hits him. It went right in front of him, and it hits the wall and it makes a loud banging noise. And the teacher goes, "Michael, what was that for?" And Michael's like, "You're a bitch." And then he packs his stuff and he puts his backpack on and he just runs out of the classroom. And the teacher just looks at just watches Michael run out, and then goes over to the phone, and then calls the main office and says what happened, and says and just tells the front office to go look for Michael. Just goes tell like one of the security guards, I guess, to go look for Michael. And then the teacher goes back to teaching, and the teacher's like, "I'm very sorry for what y'all had to see, but let's get back to the work." And the teacher calls on this one girl, and she answers the question right. And the teacher's like, "That's correct." And then we just go on like nothing even happened. Like, this teacher just seems so unfazed, and he picks up the stapler and he puts it on his desk, and he just keeps on teaching like nothing even happened. Like some kid did not just throw a stapler at him. And then class ends, and as we're walking out, we're talking about what happened. And my one friend's like, "Yo, do you think Michael's gonna get suspended?" And I'm like, "Probably, dude. Did you not see what he just did?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're right, man." And then the next day comes along, the next day after, and we don't see Michael at all. Michael doesn't walk into class. And I actually had another class with Michael. I had the next period with Michael, and I didn't see him that very next day. So I was like, okay, he probably got suspended. And then that week goes by, and I don't see Michael at all. And then another week goes by, and then I don't see Michael at all. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, he definitely either got expelled or suspended. And then the third week goes by, and that following Monday, I see Michael walk into class. He walks into class. Him and the teacher both make eye contact, and they just give each other these dirty looks. Well, Michael did. The teacher didn't. The teacher just had like a straight face. And then Michael goes to his desk and puts his head back down. And the teacher did not say a word about it. The teacher said nothing about Michael having his head down ever again. And I don't really know what happened after that. I don't know if he ended up failing the class or not. But I did find out from one of my friends, from another friend that knows Michael, is that Michael actually did get suspended. So that confirmed that, but that wasn't a big surprise. And yeah, that's essentially the end of the story. Haven't heard from Michael since, because like I said, I don't know him like that. He's not one of my good friends like that. But yeah, that's the end of the story. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day. I'll see y'all later.
So that I hop on my face, it's too late for that. The way you reacting, I don't need to find a place for that.